Good afternoon once again. The Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center and Legal Department for Comrades and FAIMY Solution alive from our Shasha Alumasho branch have a case of family dispute reported by Mr. Adenola Olayemi against Mrs. Dipopo and family. According to the complainant, he said he lost his wife and the family of the wife came from Cameroon to claim the two kids that they have in the course of their marriage. Kindly join us as we intervene them for a peaceful resolution. Visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ng for and subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page of Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center. Good evening once again, happy weekend, and please stay put. No foul languages is permitted to be used in this office and even in this very case. Thank you. Okay, can we hear from you, Mr. Adenola?
Good evening, ma'am.
Is the mic on? Push it off.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. My name is Adenola Olayemi. On the 31 of July, I lost my wife
July which year?
this year, 2021. I lost my wife. So after the whole incident, I contacted my wife family, which they said I have to send traditional rites to Cameroon before I can bury her.
Use that mic properly.
Okay, that I have to send traditional rites.
Bring it down.
Okay, that I have to send traditional rites to Cameroon before I can allow to be buried her. So after, as we are going about the meeting, one of them suggests that before I can be allowed to bury my wife, they want to know what killed her. They need an autopsy, which I said, no problem. I will fund that. So after the meeting, my brother reacts immediately. I said, I will fund. Like, what? Because he knows about autopsy, but me, I don't have idea about it. So my brother reacts. So immediately my brother reacts. I don't understand his reaction. I was just like, well, it is me that I need to do autopsy. Even though the family don't ask me, I have two children, which in future they can question me about the same thing. And when mommy died, what is the proof that something killed mommy? Okay, I tell them I will do it. So when I called the mortuary where my wife was laid, which is Omega Mortuary here in Lagos, I called them. I said, I want to do an autopsy on my wife. And they tell me that it's going to cost me 450,000 naira. I said, wow. I was thinking this thing will cost me about 50,000 something. So then the second day, I composed a message to my wife family that they should please bear with me. I didn't against autopsy, but I need time. My first daughter is in GS2. My second daughter is in basic one. Please let me just pay their school fees and then do the necessary thing. So that is the message I sent, which I still have the record. But what I just see after the message, everything just changed. Everybody just get angry. They are not sharing another message. They didn't even touch the message I sent, which I have the history of the people I sent it to. They didn't use the message I sent. They composed their own and started sharing it about that. I said I against autopsy. So the next meeting, when they started getting angry, I think repeat the same thing to them that, ha, I'm never in any way against autopsy. This person that died is my wife. If you people don't even ask me, as a reasonable person, my children are still young, I'm supposed to do it and keep it for the record for my children. So that is where what I replied to them. Then they started saying no, they don't want autopsy again. They don't want autopsy. All they need is for me to transfer the corpse to Cameroon and the two kids. I was like, it's not up to this. This is me. I never against anything you people say. Whatever you say to me, I always listen. I never against you. So the third meeting, I invited my uncle, which came to the meeting and kneel down and plead with the family that, please, let us carry this autopsy out for peace to reign or for the purpose of the children. Then they accept that we should carry the autopsy out, which my uncle paid for it. Then the autopsy was done, and the two family was present there. They carry out the autopsy. So after the autopsy, the mom came to Nigeria saying our corpse must be transferred to Cameroon. And I tell the mom on the meeting that my wish is to bury her in Nigeria because of the kiss. The mommy, they now repeat to me in that meeting that the kiss must go back to Cameroon with her. I said, Mommy, how come I honor you? I said, me and my kids, because of the insecurity on the road, you want to take my kid through road to Cameroon? No. I give you my word. This person that died is my wife. I'm coming to Cameroon with my two kids with flight. I cannot allow you to take my two kids through road because of the insecurity. That is where the issue started. So the second day, which is they came to my house, which after the meeting, they said they need 500,000. 500,000 to transfer the corpse from Nigeria to Cameroon, which my family accepted that we are going to do whatever they want. All we want is for her to be given a good burial, which my family accepted, that no problem about that. So they tell me that they will need some documents, which I said, no problem. Any document you need to transport her to Cameroon, I will get it for you. So on Monday morning, I was in local government because they said I should get a letter from my local government. I was in local government when mommy called me here that in Cameroon embassy, they said I need to write notes to them that Yemi Adenola said they should go and bury my wife in Cameroon. And I am the one that said they should take the two children along. And I said, Mommy, I never talked to you about this issue. I told you I'm coming to Cameroon to bury my wife. That is what family wants. And I will fly with my children. Mommy said, no, in their tradition, that's what they used to do. That's what they used to do. So I was at the local government when I now sat down like, what is really going on with me? So I now go back. One Mr. Charles said he is the head of the family from Cameroon, sent me a WhatsApp message which goes with 10 minutes, telling me, first, I murdered their daughter. Second, I never married their daughter, that I only do introduction with their daughter. And third, in their tradition, those two kids does not belong to me, it belongs to them in Cameroon. That after 18 years, if my kids are willing to come back to Nigeria, they are free. But after 18 years, they release my kids to me. That they want me to send the two kids and the corpse to Cameroon with immediate effect, and so many other things. So that is why I said, I am not the one that killed my wife. How can I be happily kill my wife? Medical proof show that I never had anything to do with her death. Why so much dictating to me? I am just being calm because I don't want trouble from the two parties. Because there is no way, there are children involved. There is no way one day my children will not stand up one day that want to see grandma. There is no way something will still not bring us back together in future. That is when Mumsy started troubling me on Monday that she had to go back to Cameroon with the two kids. That is when I come to access to justice, to hear my case out.
You are welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Give her the mic, let her respond.
Good evening. When I heard the news of my daughter's death on the 31st,
Your name?
my name is Mrs. Caroline Dipoko.
Are you living in Nigeria here?
I'm living in Camrron.
Okay, go ahead, please.
So, when I heard the death of my daughter on the 31st of July, so my family sat down and decided that the daughter corpse should come to Cameroon. So meanwhile, the family that is here, they were holding a meeting with my family in Cameroon, trying to make peace so that everything should come in order. So for 2 weeks, I was down. I was not hearing any good response. I said, what is happening with my daughter, the condition? Why she is in the mortuary? I heard of autopsy, I heard of this, I heard of that. They showed me everything in WhatsApp, how my daughter has been operated, how my daughter died. They put cotton on her nose, mouth here, and place her on the chair and snap her and send the picture on social media. So in fact, I fainted. Mr. Adeyel, whether Mr. Yemi, I don't know the other name, was not married to my daughter. They don't have any legal marriage certificate. They were just living as friends. But I was expecting that one day he will come to Cameroon and do the traditional rites. But up to today, my daughter has been in his house for 18 years and they have 2 kids. I've never come here to ask him whether you are coming or you are not coming. Until what I only heard is the death of my daughter, placed on a chair with cutting all over her nose, ears, and mouth in his house. So I was worried. Me as a mother, I can't take that kind of shock. So I have to call my sisters. Meanwhile, they were holding meetings here, as he has said. I was not interested because I'm the mother. They said I should send her birth certificate. I sent her birth certificate. The copy is here from Cameroon. So when I came here, it's 2 weeks now I've been here. I've been trying to, when I came, I've not asked him anything, what happened to my daughter, because I wanted peace. So I told him that in our tradition, we have to take these kids back home. So that when they are burying their mother, the kids should be there to see how they are burying their mother. Then after, we sit down and decide what to do. If you finish with the family, you can carry our kids and come back. We are not fighting kids with you. That's what I told him. I remember, because of the kids, my relationship with you cannot finish because there are kids there. But only when you come for the burial, you do what the family said you want you to do. You can take your kids and come back. But when I went to the embassy to make papers, because the name that he wrote on the mortuary or the hospital for the hospital was Mrs., which he was not married to my daughter. Normally supposed to put Miss, he put Mrs. Even the mortuary, even as I'm like this up to now, I don't even know where my daughter is in the mortuary. So I told him that, okay, let's make all the papers. Went to the embassy. The embassy said, now that there's this Mrs., there's no possibility for us to take the corpse until he writes a letter that he's the one that is authorized, because he has already put Mrs. Meanwhile, because he's not married to, he's supposed to put Miss. There's no way that we can take the corpse, access to the corpse, because he has already blocked with Mrs. Comfort. So I told him that, okay, this is what the embassy have said, that you should write a letter so that you can authorize us to have access for the corpse. He told me that he's at an immigration office, that he wants to do whether what, I don't know. So I told him that, okay. That he said, no, what he wants to do is that later, if he's doing this, and if we don't want him to do this, to write, whether if I don't want, he will now carry his children and fly to Cameroon. Then I said, okay, if you want to take the children and fly to Cameroon, then you fly with the corpse to Cameroon. People will be there in the Douala airport waiting for you with the corpse to collect it from you. So that is where, from that day, on Tuesday, we were in the embassy on Monday. On Tuesday, I called his phone almost 50 times. He did not pick the phone. I called the uncle. The uncle too was disappointed that he doesn't know what is happening. He has talked to him. I don't know until he hands off his. He said he has hands off his hands because he has advised him and he doesn't want to hear.
What was the advice of the uncle?
Said he should calm down and we should settle the matter amicable. That's what the uncle said to us. That if there are 50 people or how much people on one side, then there are 17. You have to dance on the tune of that 50 people. That is what he told us. So I just,
The uncle
that is,
said we should fly the court, or the uncle said the children should go by road. So what is the uncle saying that he said we should dance to the tune?
the uncle did not mention anything concerning the children. The uncle always told us that we should sit down and settle the matter amicable. So that is why I came. I just yesterday, on which day they called me that I have a letter from Access to Justice. So I have to inform my people that will come, my lawyer.
What was your daughter doing in Nigeria here? How long has she been staying in Nigeria?
He has been here. He went to school here at the Sherry Grammar School.
Who brought her here?
I'm the one that brought her.
You brought her gift to who?
He was with me and my husband. I was married. My husband was working in Cameroon embassy. We have retired. We have gone back home. So when my daughter was here, went to secondary school. After that, I don't know how he and Yemi met. That is just all.
How old was she when you left? Both of you left her here.
She was around 20.
20.
Yes.
So she was already an adult before you left. Before both of you relocate back to Cameroon.
Yes. And she was living with Yemi.
When you were living here?
Yes.
When you were here?
No, she was not living where she was schooling. Then later on, I only heard that he's living with Yemi.
Did she start living with Yemi after you've gone back to Cameroon, or while you were still here?
After I've gone back.
After you have gone back?
Yes.
Yemi, what killed the daughter? Give in mind. How did she die?
So on the 31st, I'll be on the 31st of July, around 6 a.m. in the morning. I noticed that her breath started changing. She cannot breathe very well. So we rushed her to the hospital. The first hospital said they don't have equipment to attend to her. We rushed her to the second hospital.
Which of the hospital first?
The first one is Glorious.
Glorious is located where?
They are located at Agbado. We rushed after Glory. No, the first one is Avon. Yes. The first one is Avon Hospital.
Where?
It's located at Agbado. For the hospital are along Moshalashi, the four hospitals that we went to.
So she just all of a sudden started shaking?
No, this is what happened. About 2 weeks before that, she has been having this thing that her body is somehow, she will wear like 4 to 5 cardigan. I will ask her that, madam, what is wrong with you? But okay, let me start from the beginning. In 2010, I went to Abuja to meet mommy for our introduction, where they give us list back home that we should come for the wedding. So after she came back, we updated for like 6 years before I said, okay, I like this person. And my mommy supported it that, this person is a good person. I want her in my family. Then we went to Abuja to do the introduction. So after the introduction in Abuja with mommy, yes, with her family.
With her mother?
Yes.
Was she present?
Yes, she's present.
What and what did you take there?
They said I should come with wine, and I should send money to cook and take care of people over there, which I did.
How much?
I spent close to 450,000 there in Abuja.
Okay.
Yes. And I went there with my mommy and my brothers. And
you sent the money to which person's account?
I sent the money, I don't know, but she's one that sent the money.
You gave the money to her?
To her, yes. Because
you sent it to her account or
she doesn't have account then.
Okay.
So she sent the money to Abuja. Then we went there. When I get there, they said I'm not yet their in-law, that I cannot sleep in their house. I went to go and book hotel and sleep. The second day after the ceremony, they accept me that now you are now our son. You can call me. So when we came back to Lagos, and mommy explained to me that because she's pregnant, in their tradition, they don't kill, they don't put blood down, they don't kill anything because she's pregnant. So because of that, they cannot kill anything, which we all understand. Then when I came back to Lagos, she's pregnant. After she gave birth, she now bring in another character. Started drinking. And she's not drinking beer or anything. Started drinking alcohol, dry gin. As I don't drink. So in the first place, mommy came in and mommy said she wants her stomach to go down, that after birth is normal. I said, okay, no problem. So this
So
thing,
drinking gin,
yes,
dry gin.
dry gin.
So the mother, you told the
Mom, yes.
And she said she had to do that.
That because
for her stomach
to
go down
call,
when she gave birth.
yes. Okay. So after that, this thing is going to 2 years. Your stomach has already gone down. You need to stop this thing. She said, I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to stop. I call mommy almost every day to complain about this thing. About this thing. Mommy, this thing is going to 5 years now. My wife has not stopped drinking. And our daughter is already growing up and seeing all these behaviors. It's not good. You need to talk to her. So later, my mom called me that, are you sure that this thing is ordinary? This is the person that I know for 5 years that has never taken alcohol. What is now going on? So I said, okay, let's do it this way. Maybe my mom said, you need to stop going out or doing anything now. After all, it's clothes you are selling. Stay with her, talk to her, let's know what is really wrong with her. So at the end of the day, I sit down with her. I talked to her, I said, see, if I don't know you before, I will have said something else. What is really going on? And she said to me that, Yemi, there's a thing I want to tell you. I said, what? He said, I am in Nigeria by birth. I said, you are in Nigeria. What do you mean? He said, my real father is a Calabar man. And I have been going up and down, that this alcoholic that I'm drinking is not ordinary. That there is one tradition I need to do in my father's house to stop. I said, madam, what are we going to do about it? You need to sit mommy down and let your mommy know about this. So in 2017, my sister called her that she's going to Cameroon for wedding.
That you are a Calabar or
She is a Calabar man, a Calabar woman. And she proved it to me with her primary school, secondary school, up to she went to Dove. I have everything.
How did she prove it?
Her name is there that she's from Ogoja, Calabar.
Okay.
She has no history of Cameroon in her education.
You have the document?
Yes, I have it. I am the one that even paid for her final year in Dove.
Do you have it here?
I have it.
Can we see, please?
Yes, I even have our egg here.
Give me hand sanitizer. Go ahead.
So after that, I advised her in 2017 that you need to follow your sister to Cameroon, sit mommy down, talk to mommy about this issue. Because this issue came up in 2016 when we have an invitation from Canada.
Let one after the other.
Okay,
we
ma'am.
have the document first. Be fast now. Bring the document.
Sorry.
You have other document other than what you're saying there. Bring it first.
This is
And continue. This is what?
why.
Where is your jacket?
This is another this. This is our testimony where she's out after finishing.
Madam, put on your jacket and come and show what this paper is bringing in. Go ahead.
So after that, we have invitation from Canada in 2016, which I told her that, Madam, I am ready for marriage.
Where did you take this from?
That is where she served after finishing from Dove institution. So in 2016, we have invitation from Canada that we should come to Canada. Okay.
Is she school in Cross River? Place of birth?
Place of birth.
Cross River.
Yes.
Does that mean if she was born in the Cross River, she become a Cross River?
No, but she tell me herself, which her sister knows about it.
Hold on. State authority, Camrron. Local government, Abakaliki. It's like Abakaliki in Camrron. Abakaliki is not in Ebonyi State. Is our F results? Go ahead.
So we have invitation from Canada, which I told her that, Madam, before we can travel as a family, we need to do something together. Let's call mommy and let her know that we want to wed. And she replied me that, Yemi, I'm not going to wed until I find my father. I said, how are you going to find your father and wed if you're not talking to mommy about it? She now tell me that, okay, my sister is going to Cameroon with her husband. I will follow them. Give me money, let me follow them. Then when I get there, I will talk to mommy about this issue. I say, no problem. I will sponsor you. Go to Cameroon, talk to mommy, and let's solve this issue at once. So she followed her sister to Cameroon in 2017. When she came back, I asked her, the first thing I asked her is just like, so Alpha, have you now seen your mommy and talked to her about your father and everything? She said, yes. I called mommy and talked to mommy. And the next thing mommy said her is just like, mommy started crying that don't remind me such thing again. That she doesn't know what to do. Then we are attending Catholic Church, St. Petri Catholic Church at Alakuko. She said now, with the situation on ground, she cannot attend Catholic Church again. She has to switch church to CAC where they used to pray, which she chose to CAC, okay, Bala, where she started going. And I told her that you are going to CAC. Are you going to see solution there? She said yes. Sometimes she spend 4 days, 5 days in the church praying that this thing should stop, this thing should stop, this thing should stop, this thing should stop. We went to Orioke Anu in Ekiti State just to go and pray about this issue. When we still go there and come back, they still tell her on that Orioke Anu that, Madam, what is wrong with you is not ordinary. You still need to go and look for your father. Your father needs to pray for you and let this thing stop. When we came back, the same church that she's attending here in Lagos, they tell her the same thing.
That what?
That she needs to go and look for her father, which she confirmed to everybody that her father is a Calabar man. And her father came to look for her in 2010 at Oluwakemi. That her father came to look for her in 2010 at Oluwakemi, but that she looked like her father or something. Because all these things, sometimes I will just come inside. I will see her taking alcohol, dry gin with paracetamol, with Panadol. I will not say, this thing is.
When you notice that, who did you tell?
I tell the mommy. I called the mommy for like 7 years reporting now. The mommy get tired, but maybe the mommy thought she's taking normal beer or something. And her brother Simon came to stay with me, and she witnessed it. her sister Jacqueline came to take her from me for delivery at Ayanride, that she will help her. When she get to her sister place, her husband sent her out because she was doing the same thing, drinking, lying in their sitting room naked, misbehaving. Her husband sent my wife out back. In 2017,
The husband of her sister,
yes,
living in Nigeria here,
living in Nigeria here,
send the woman out, send your wife away because she was drinking alcohol. Okay.
So this, when her sister came to pick her in my house for deliverance, when the second day my wife called me that, Yemi, I'm no more interested in you again. You need to move on with your life. The one I've done with you is okay. Something, something, something. I said, madam, all this one you are talking about, we have 2 kids together. I understand you. When you come down, you can call me back. The next thing I heard, my mommy called me that your wife just called me now that she's no more interested in marrying you. She called my uncle too and started calling everybody. I said, Mommy, you know her. Just calm down. She will be the one to call you back. So I waited 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, no call from her. But I made sure that every week I sent money to her because she's with my daughter. I sent money to her for feeding because I know she's not working. I sent money to her sister account for feeding.
She went with your kids
She went with my second daughter.
to Cameroon.
No, to her sister. When her sister came to pick her for deliverance,
Okay.
she was with my second daughter, which I always send money to her.
Apart from the drinking, did she misbehave or fight or whatever?
Yes.
The drinking that you guys are taking her from one church to another, or
She used to when she did something. Like there's one day she beat my neighbor wife up. That woman is her best friend. They are very, very close.
Did she need deliverance for that? Something must have prompted their quarrel.
No, mommy, let me explain that, please.
Explain.
Okay. When she beat her and she went inside, the second day she now saw the woman outside. She now go and greet the woman. That one did not answer her. She now came inside that. I greet Mommy Egube now. Mommy Egube did not answer. I said, but you beat her up yesterday. He said, no, I did not beat her. I said, go and meet her. She now go and meet the woman and said, Mommy Egube, they said I beat you up yesterday. I'm so sorry. I don't know I do such thing. So when she did something, the second day when she came down, she will tell you that she does not know that she did. There is a day she almost used knife to shoot me on the bed. And the second day, I just rushed.
One prompted that. She just wake up and want to start you? No,
she's drunk and came out from the bedroom and go and take knife. She almost shook me. And I said, Adam, why are you doing all this one? I now leave the house. In the night, she now called me that I'm sorry for what happened. That you know what is going on. I said, then we need peace. You need to talk to mommy.
So, if this person you are talking about is not a male child, and you are not troubling her, you want to know the father. So because she don't know her father, according to your story now,
yeah,
prompted her, started drinking, another spirit enter her. She want to stab everybody. She want to stab you. She want to kill the neighbors and others. And you are taking her from one church to another. Does your statement sound clear to your own ears?
I didn't say because of that. I'm saying whenever she's drunk.
You have to say, except maybe there is what you are doing in that house that is frustrating her, that led her find the habit of consoling herself with alcoholic.
No, I didn't do anything to her. Even my neighbor can confirm. I said something. This is another issue. When her sister came to my house, her sister tell me that she tell the family that I abandoned her and the kids in Ibadan. That
was
when she died, that her sister came to my house. That she tell the family that I abandoned her and the kids in Ibadan. I don't tell her sister that, well, I have been staying in this house since 2011. This is the house she came to see me and saw your sister, everything. She was confused. We have house help. Our daughter has school teacher, lesson teacher that take them at home. I have all their results from basic 1 till my daughter get to GS2. I show everything to her sister that if I abandon them in Ibadan, how will my children be schooling in Lagos? Your sister is taking decision to cut off family, which I never support. Because in January, she told me, Yemi, there's something I need from you. I said, what do you need from me? He said, I want to celebrate my 36 years birthday. I need 2 cake and I need to do party. I said, well, I don't have money now, but if this is what you want, I will do it for you.
What do you do for a living?
I sell clothes.
Clothes where?
Clothes. I sell clothes online. I have everything. I deliver, or like this one now is my work.
How do you make it or how?
No, I bought them. I resell. They order online. Then I have a page on Instagram, madfree.com, where I deliver to customer in Lekki everywhere. So I have a customer. I have someone who helped me to ship clothes from Turkey, China, and US.
So at what point, what led to her sickness?
What leads to her sickness is the alcohol.
Have you seen who alcohol came?
I don't know, but
How did the alcohol get to kill her? Is it that she take excessive of the alcohol, or she mix alcohol with something else? How did the alcohol kill her?
This is what I can say. Anytime I'm around, I saw her. There is something they call one alcohol, japata. I will see her with this thing and be taking, she will use it to take Panadol. I will not say, madam, taking alcohol alone, what that I know is not good for the body, than using it to take drugs. Please.
Okay, when she died, where did she die? Which of the hospital did she die?
Avon.
How long did she stay there before she died?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yes. Because the first hospital we get her, the second hospital we get her. When we carry her to Avon, which is our normal hospital, before we get there, the man just texted her and said, a week before that, the church she used to attend, the woman is a matron. The woman saw her coming, and the woman said, young woman, the food you are eating is no more going to your stomach. It's now storing on your skin. Why are you doing all this to yourself? So,
the question I asked, you are digressing from that.
Okay.
I asked a question. How long this woman sick? You say just a week. How did the sickness started?
No, at this, she is this kind of person that when something is doing her, she doesn't share. But the only thing that,
including you as a husband, you claim to be, that you've been with her for 18 to 20 years, she can't even share with you. So why are you with that kind of person for 18 years?
This is the issue, ma.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about that. When I came back home from, maybe I go out or something, I will saw her wearing like 3 or 4 cardigans. I will ask her that, baby, you need to talk to me about what is wrong with you. What is wrong with you? She said nothing. The next thing I will see is just like she said,
And once she said nothing, the next day you go about your normal business.
When she said nothing,
then you come back again and meet her with 5 cardigans. You ask her, what is it, madam? She said nothing. You will go for another order and drive out again and come back.
When she said nothing,
she died?
No, when she said nothing, I told her that you cannot say nothing. You need to go and do general checkup.
Do you take her for the general checkup?
No. But I told her that you need to go and do general checkup.
Was she working?
She's not working.
And how did you expect her to go for general checkup?
I'm the one that gave her money for it.
You gave her how much?
I gave her 20,000 naira for the general checkup.
Where?
I gave her about 2 weeks before then.
So she was not feeling fine, and you saw her condition, and you just dropped the money for her to take herself to general hospital, to general checkup.
She was feeling fine. All she just do is just like me. I don't notice all those kind of things. All I just see that she's wearing.
Do you have sex with her as husband or not?
Sure.
When last did you have sex with
her? About a week before she died.
A week before she died?
Yes.
And when you want to have sex with her, she have all the cardigans in her body. You have the sex, so she have to pull all her cardigan before you have sex with her.
Once she drink, she will not put on cardigan again.
Once she drink, she will not put on cardigan?
Yes. Once you go and take that Panadol and that alcohol, she will not put on cardigan again. Because
so for how long was she taking it? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 1 month?
She has been taking it since 2012.
Since 2012?
Yes.
She had 1 baby? She
Yes.
was taking it.
Yes.
Then she had the second one.
Yes.
And she had been living on that.
Yes.
And before you met her, she was not drinking that.
Yes.
After her first childbirth.
After her first child, that is when she started. But the way she started, she said she's drinking it for her stomach to go down.
Then she could not stop again.
She could not stop again. Then when it becoming too much, have you have been calling the family?
Were you seeing any sign of her slimming down or looking harder or anything in her body?
Sometimes she will slim down. Sometimes she will go big. And then I would tell her that, madam, in 2017, that is what I'm saying. In 2017, that is when all those things come up, which I have to send that to Cameroon that we need solution for this thing. This is not medical issue. When I took her to hospital, they said there is excess alcohol. I took her to Skylight Hospital. They said there's excess alcohol in her body. The doctor sit her down.
That was when?
That's 2017 before I tell her to go to Cameroon.
Do you have the results?
I don't have the result because the doctor treated her for typhoid and malaria. So the doctor now explained to her that all this typhoid and malaria is becoming too much of a thing that you can come into hospital all the time to come and be treating.
And you were telling the family member?
Yes. I'm not hiding it from anybody.
You're telling the mother?
I'm telling the mother.
And you're telling other people?
Other people.
Okay, the result of the autopsy, what did they say?
The result of the autopsy shows that our lungs and liver is damaged due to abuse of alcohol.
You have the result?
Sure.
Let's see it. Okay. Permission to read the result out, please. Hello? Permission, I want to read the result out. Okay. The result says autopsy report on Adenola Comfort, by age 36, is female, venue of the autopsy, Pioneer Funeral Home, State Capital, Ota. And they say date received in mortuary 31/7/2021 at 8 a.m. Identifier of the body, Adenola Olayemi, husband. Then the external examination, they received the embalmed body of a young woman measuring 164 centimeters in length. There is a stitch wound just about the nerve point of aspiration. She is moderately pale. No mark of violence is seen on the body. However, there is evidence of wounds on the lower lips. Evidence of wound on the lower lip, internal examination, respiration system. There is a mild congestion of the lining of the larynx, trachea, and bronchit, right lung. The pleural surface is smooth and shiny. There are few anthracotic deposits. However, there are areas of blood clots in the subpleural region. Cut surface show expression of frothy fluid. Left lung, pleural surface is smooth and shining. There are few anthracotic deposits. There is fibrous adhesion of the fusion. Cut surface shows marked expression of frothy fluid with focal area of intraperipheral homogate and subpleural homogate. Cardiovascular system. Heart. The pericardial surface is smooth and shiny. There is adequate pericardial fat. The chamber shows no focal lesion. Left ventricular wall thickness is 1.5 centimeter. There is mild fibrous appearance of the mitral and trachobid valve. Gastrointestinal system, the esophageal lining shows no focal lesion. Stomach, on opening the stomach, it is contracted and there are very prominent reds with just minimal fluid in it. The lining appear reddish. Hepatobiliary system, liver, the liver is enlarged. The capsular surface is smooth and shiny. It appears yellowish brown. Serous heart surface show yellowish brown appearance. Genitourinary tract, uterus and adnexa. The uterus appear normal size. The right and left ovaries measure 3.5 by 1 centimeter and 3.5 by 1.5 centimeter respectively. Cross surface of the uterus shows no focal lesion. Cross surface of the right and left ovary shows homologic appear with cyst in the cortex on the left and circumscribed hemorrhagic area on the right. Kidney, the right kidney appear normal size. The capsule stripe and iris to navel small subcapsular surface. Cross surface shows good cardiomegaly differentiator with normal licensing. The left kidney appear normal size. So without this now, so where is the problem now? Since everything appear normal, it appears small size. The copular surface is smooth and shiny. Cross surface shows the brain. The Camrron amorphosis are liberally infiltrated with genes and the sulcal upper normal. Coronal section show no focal lesion. Okay, histology. Section of the lung shows eosinophilic fluid within some of the alveolar space and associated episomatous dilatations of others. Section of the liver shows marked fat vacuoles within over 90% of the appetite. However, the portal tract shows no changes. Section of the ovary shows corpus luteum with numerous congestion vessels in the stroma. Section of the endometrium shows endometrial glands lined by columnar cells with submuscular vacuolation in a very compact stroma. Section of the kidney show no vocal lesion. Section of the heart show mild hypertrophy of the cardiac myocytes. The final anatomical diagnosis: severe pulmonary edema, several fatty changes of liver, cause of death, respiratory failure due to pulmonary edema. Why is this still not stamped? Why is the autopsy not stamped? Have it. Do you have another copy?
No, the original. This is a photocopy.
That is photocopy?
Yes.
So let's see the original if the original is stamped, because the one I read now is not stamped. So why is it not stamped? Okay, while you are looking for the original autopsy, let's ask. Have you given them the 500,000 for the burial?
No.
Even while it's not even.
This is the
sorry?
way they give it to me.
No,
Yes.
they cannot give you an autopsy without being stamped and signed.
This is the
Who
way they give
conducted
it
the
to me.
hospital that conducted the autopsy is supposed to have stamped it and signed it.
This is the way they give it to me.
Anybody can print
If
that
there is stamp
information.
on it, it will show on the photocopy. That is the way they
No,
give it.
there are some photocopy that cannot really pick whatever, but the signature ought to be there. So
This is the way they give it to me.
that is what I'm saying, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Autopsy cannot be given to you in this way. There is no good autopsy center that can give you, even we cannot give you receipt without signing it. So if they give you an autopsy result, whoever diagnose it and give you the report should have signed and stamped.
This is the way they give it to me. Because
No.
I snap it on my phone, and this is the way it is. This is the original copy that I snap on my phone. This is the way they give it to me.
They need to investigate. They need to go and ask the hospital very well on that. Yes.
That's the way they
Who
give it.
who is dead is dead, but at least they should know why the person died. It's not good. Even if you come up and find your dog dead in the morning, you should be able to know why the dog died. If the dog was not sick, and this is a human being. So if they give you an autopsy result, they should sign it and stamp it. That is the only way you can attest that the autopsy was actually conducted from a recognized and certified center. You paid 400,000.
No, I paid 250,000.
Was it
General
receipted?
hospital. Yes, the general hospital.
Sorry?
I paid for two in the private mortuary.
Yes.
They say 450.
Yes.
That is why I write them later. But later in general
Where
hospital,
did you make the payment
I made the payment at general hospital.
of the autopsy?
Yes.
And the autopsy was conducted in general hospital
Yes.
without a stamp?
That's the way they give the result.
No, it's not possible.
That's the way they give the result.
You will go back. They will say right to that place. They will give you an autopsy sign, stamp and sign. Then we'll know that the autopsy comes from them. It was not manipulated. Okay, give her mic. You wanted to say something?
In regards to this autopsy.
Okay,
Thank
sit
you.
down, please.
Okay, thanks. Because when he sent this autopsy to
Yeah.
me, I observed that, first of all, the autopsy was carried out at Songo General Hospital.
Okay.
And then the pathologist was said to have come in from Abeokuta, FC, whatever, Abeokuta. And then my question goes like this, and which I wanted to reach him, but he would not pick anybody's call. How come the autopsy was carried out in General Hospital, Abeokuta, but the letterhead, Songo, but the letterhead states that it was done in Abeokuta, and just as you observe, there was no stamp, there was no signature. I tried reaching him, you call him, he does not pick up his call. So what you are saying, ma, I also, observe that an autopsy was done in General Hospital here in Songo, but the letter, the report is coming from Abeokuta. I don't know how that works. Thank you.
Respond to that. How did the result come from Abeokuta? An autopsy conducted in San.
Sorry. When they conduct the autopsy, the general hospital said Abeokuta is the headquarter of Ogun State. That the person that will conduct the autopsy is the only one conducting autopsy in Ogun State. That any general hospital that want to conduct autopsy in Ogun State is the only one that they will call. And then after conducting the autopsy, that if there's any case or anything about the autopsy, I should bring the family to the general hospital and they should investigate the results.
Okay, you still have to let that office know that even as a government institute, they should know the right thing to do. You can't have a dead body in a place, then you said, okay, you checked, you have examined the dead person, and you know the reason that autopsy normally comes up when there is crisis, when there is doubt as regard to the death of the disease. So if that is the issue, and you are giving a result of autopsy of which the family are doubting the death of their sister or daughter, they should be able to sign it that this autopsy was conducted genuinely from a recognized center, and for the signature there shows that so person conducted the test, and so hospital also confirmed that that test was conducted, so that if there is a need for reviewing, they will refer to that place. Do you understand me?
I understand.
So they need to get the place, those people involved on how they give you an autopsy without stamp and sign. And all the while that you are saying she has been drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, you have not for once, there have not really, I was expecting you, I took her to social hospital, we stayed there, they admitted her, the way she was looking pale and all that, the way she was behaving, I have to move. This is the evidence, this is the proof of where we have visited, this is the proof of who went with us, this is how long we have stayed in this hospital. You just said if you meet her, you just come back, you see her with 5 clothes, then later you ask her, madam, what is it? He said, no problem. And you see her drinking that. What is your role in the life of a man or a woman?
Mommy,
When you are no longer with your parents, you are with somebody else, an adult. What is your role? What are you expected of? What is your role in the life of that person? You are to guide, you are to protect, you are to advise, and more. So if you show less concern on any kind of life she's living, after all, from your statement, if she has not been living that kind of life when you met her, and she started living with you, and she formed another life as an adult, then it was influenced by you.
Mommy, she has been
out of frustration or anything.
She has been living with me 5 years before we got to anything.
So anything that could have led to her living that kind of life you should be asked.
I asked her, and
no, you should be asked. You are the one we are to ask. Why is she? Because if for instance you are married, let's say you are the one. Your family know you doesn't drink. You are not a drunkard. You are not associated with alcohol. And not that you're a street man again. You're already settled, living with somebody. All of a sudden, your siblings will see you drinking, you started smoking. There is a difference between living a street life as a single person or forming another character when you are cohabiting with person in a house. And even as an adult. So something must have led to that. So if you are living any life contrary to any good life you are living.
What she complained to me about alcohol drinking is when I started frustrating her, like, madam, we need to get married. And she's telling me that she cannot get married without her father.
You're a liar.
Yes, ma'am. I have. Yes.
You're a liar. A bloody liar. A complete liar. And I don't even know why people are not in police station. And as of me, I'm going to refer the case for proper investigation. Because there is nobody. It's even women that persuade men, let's marry. This person, was she a club person? Did you meet her in a club?
No.
Good. Well, did you meet her as a street lady?
No.
Okay. So there must be life that somebody should be living that would not make her say, I want to settle down in marriage. After all, she have one child, she have another child. So what should be her reason? What does it take? Must she see her father to marry? She can wear, you can wear that in court. And she have a mother, which you have visited to do an introduction. And if she did not accept whoever, let's agree who they took you to is not her biological father, which will know that we will have so many children, orphans, that grow up even in orphanage home. And some grew up even in some places that they don't even know who is their parents. How much more somebody that has a mother and you grew up meeting somebody that they introduced to her, this is your father. And somebody that grew up in a city that knows that that in quotes cannot make any meaning to her. Then she started drinking alcohol because she cannot know her father. And not that her mother is dead. The who gave birth to her is still alive. That if you confronted her either by any means, she would tell her, this is the family of your father. Hello. This reason, is it enough for anybody, any normal man being that you are talking to believe you, that a woman, a 36-old woman, drinking alcohol, whereas her mother is alive, and she was just drinking it because she don't know who is her biological father, until she kill her lungs, according to you? Talk to me.
See, when all this thing happen, I take enough step. I call in the area, I call everybody that is selling all those things to her. I said, please.
That's not possible that.
Give him mic, let it say what
This is my daughter.
you don't need to cry, madam, please.
This is my daughter.
Okay, madam.
This is my daughter.
I
This is my daughter.
appreciate, madam. Wait. Wait, madam. I appreciate.
Oh, it's okay, madam. It's okay. It's okay, sorry.
Yes, my name is Francis A.C. Esquire. I appreciate the administration of human rights and access to justice. Yes,
Sit down, please.
yes, okay. It's my practice to stand and talk.
Right now. Yeah.
I have been practicing law for a period of 9 years now. I was called November 2018 in Lagos, and I practiced. I was called I did law school in Nigeria Law School, Victoria Island, and I was called in Lagos. And I was called to bar. Since then, I've been in Lagos, and I've not done any other business other than law practice. And so when anybody tell me a story, before you conclude saying whatever you are saying, I've already known where you are coming from and where you are going to. And this family, the family of the disease, Miss Caroline, who is the mother here, when I was informed about this story, I look at the proper thing to do. But as a legal practitioner, you are a servant to your client. So when I was prevented to take the form I was supposed to take, because first of all, the form I wanted to take is that the cause of the death, the story about the death was in 3 versions. I even heard the 4th version now. 3 versions. So I wanted to do the proper thing, but I was prevented. As I said earlier, I'm a legal practitioner. My client is a principal. I mean, the client is a principal. I am a servant. I can't go beyond where I am. So I assume, in that circumstances, I assume the position of a neutral person coming in between them, because all they wanted is peace. Yes, all they wanted is peace. So I actually wanted to pursue peace, not to go the other way around, the way I would have gone to if it's my own family, if it's my own immediate person, I would have gone the other way around. But that's okay. This family want peace. Let me pursue peace. And I led them to the first meeting. I heard their story. They say what they want is the cops back to Cameroon. And the children also, then the parent the father of the children and his family can come along with the children, and then for the burial, then take back the children after seeing the family after the burial. I said, okay, no problem. If that is the direction, as a legal practitioner, yes, I can't do otherwise. I have to follow you in that direction. So it has been that series of meetings. It was coming up. I didn't attend the meeting subsequently, but I was getting the feedback of everything. I felt that the peace was going to continue until when I finally got an invitation. I spoke to human rights and access to justice. So I just, okay, it is good if this will bring the peace people are pursuing, fine. But I look at the whole story. It's not a story that should have, because it's not a story that should have just when somebody died, we know the proper thing to do. But I cannot do otherwise. I have to follow my client. That is why I'm here. And I appreciate you. And I believe that here we'll be able to have justice over the matter. I'm grateful.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. What is that your name again? Okay, wanted to say something? So give him the mic.
Once
You can
again,
get up and move close.
once again, good evening. My name is Daniel.
Is that how you use mic and pray in your church? You're having mic and I cannot hear you.
Well, I'm a diastolic patient. I've been on admission for some time. I came because of this issue.
Okay.
So please bear with me, ma.
No problem. Right.
So this old matter, I've been liaising with barrister since all this while. Even Madam called me sometimes ago when I was in the hospital. And
You can sit on that chair.
Thank you.
Sit on that chair.
So from the genesis of the old matter, we've been pleading to the family of the deceased that they should please let us come to settlement to make peace. I don't want issue at all, because this thing has happened. It has happened. Even at all, it is common chicken that somebody is rearing rather, and that chicken dies. It's going to pain you. Not to talk of one's biological child, not even an infant, but an adult. So whatever the family wants from us, we are ready to comply with them, just to let peace reign. Assuming my people have listened to me from the genesis, it wouldn't have come to this level. Barrister, I don't know, maybe I'm talking, sir. I talked to him often that I want peace. I want peace. I don't want issues at all. So now that the old matter have come this way, which I've been trying to avoid, even the family, ma, please, in the name of God, I want the access to justice to please help us to make everything settled amicably. We accept everything you've rightly said as a mother and as a professional. Please, ma, you don't have anything to say.
Have you finished?
Thank you.
You know, even if you want to mediate on a matter, you should be able to know the true stand of the issue. Then you know how to mediate. You can't say, what is justice? Justice is for everybody, not for one person. If out of his carelessness or negligence, the woman died and you stay with somebody for how many years? Now that she died, you are not telling the public, you ask her, let's go and pay your dowry. Then she said no. That kind of statement, how does it sound to you, Pastor?
Madam,
Does it sound truthful?
it is not sounding
Uh-huh.
reasonable at all. We are all
So
human
we are trying
beings.
to combine one statement, another statement. If you can lie in that aspect, what makes you think we'll believe you in the other aspects? You live with a woman for 18 years,
It doesn't make any
you've
sense.
not paid her diary,
Please.
have 2 kids for
Yeah.
you, and you are telling us she's just drinking. Let's agree, yes. She drinks and she was just drinking until the alcohol killed her lungs and she finally died. There's something led to that.
Fact. We agree. We agree.
Something led to that. Then not telling the family this is what you have been having problem with her, or she have been doing this is what she has been complaining about. Then you now understand, okay, this person is complaining. Well, all of us, we're all in marriage, we're in relationship, and you know what a woman can do that can lead to a man frustration. You know what a man can do that will lead to woman frustration. Can any normal person wake up overnight and started drinking alcohol, even if she was taking it to blast her tummy after giving birth? Someone that have not been taking alcohol before, she will definitely feel the alcohol impact. Then since after her first child, she lived on alcohol till whatever. Then you are just asking her, I told the family, I told that. That is not, it's not good enough.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Then why are you denying them access to their grandchildren, having their children witnessing the burial of their late mom?
I did not deny access. I accept to go to Cameroon to go and bury her with them. That I will fly with my daughter to Cameroon. Mommy now tell me
How old are the kids?
the first one is 10 years. The second one is 4 years. So mommy now said she wants to take them through road by going with her.
Okay, before you go, one, give Mama the mic. Pastor, you can go back to your chair.
Thank
you. Let's do it this way. Mama, a child your daughter that this man did not marry,
Yes.
in your tradition, what does it take to bury her? Because we stand for everybody.
Yes.
We work for across the globe.
Yes.
Even including that Camrron, we are coming there to open branch there.
Okay.
So I want you to tell me the truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay.
Who have died have died. It's painful. Your daughter is too beautiful to die.
Yes.
Even from the picture, what I've seen now,
Okay.
it's heartbroken.
Yes, ma'am.
But please bear the loss.
Okay, ma'am.
And I don't want to blame you again.
Yes, ma'am.
But let other parents know. Do everything humanly possible. If you need be for you to go there and give her open disgrace, go there and disgrace your daughter out of a man's house.
Yes.
Except the person do the needful.
Okay, ma'am.
Because if she was properly married, all these things wouldn't have come out.
It's true.
And now, not marrying and living with a man that she eventually opened this door, that she eventually died in such relationship that does not bring respect to the family.
It's true.
It's another shame.
It's true, ma'am.
You should be discussing, the both families should be discussing two in-laws. Your daughter died, and because of the relationship, the closeness of that marriage, you will overlook something, though you will ask. But at the end, you will see him like an in-law. But having your daughter to himself for years, then at the end, it's just a death that they will send, picture of the dead person that they will send to you. I don't think it's acceptable anywhere. Anywhere, even the Western world, that even though I don't think it's acceptable anywhere.
Yes.
But we want to know the real culture and tradition, what it takes to bury, because we want peace.
Yes.
Nigeria and Cameroon, we are one.
Yes.
If this country is not good, you cannot stay here.
No.
You stayed and served,
Yes.
and you decided to return back.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, I will still want to appeal to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Calm down with the pain.
Yes, ma'am.
And just tell, so that we will know that he will be able to meet up all the requirements.
Yes, ma'am.
Let there be no problem, so that the children will not be seized eventually if they come there.
Yes, ma'am.
But definitely they will grow up and still know this is their mother, this is where they come from, and this is where their father comes from.
Yes,
But because if there is argument, definitely if they step in there, if this man come out alive from Cameroon, then it's something. If there is argument, he will not, if he will be afraid to even attend the burial.
Yes.
And he will not even release the children if there is no peaceful understanding.
Yes.
So please, what are those things so that the family will know, he will equally know what it takes to bury your daughter and what it takes, the penalty to pay for not marrying her. Because there are some tradition in Nigeria, if a woman is with you, you did not marry her and she died, you will still pay her dowry at death.
Yes. We have it.
Is that how it is in your place?
Yes.
Okay, what are the tradition? What and what is he expected of?
The tradition is that now that he is not married to my daughter,
Yes.
I own the corpse
Okay.
and I own the children.
Okay.
But when he comes with a humble heart, the family now will sit down. They will now ask him, this. Just because our daughter married, we cannot track children with you. Pay this, do this. The family that will have a list. Then we give him the list. He will pay everything. We take his children.
Okay.
Yes.
As it is now, our concern again is the children.
Yes.
Because not the father, not the mother.
Yes.
Because we would not also allow the innocent children to be humiliated or to be exposed to such argument.
Yes. No.
Because because what you are saying now, there is no way those kids will be released to him if he did not meet up those requirements.
Yeah.
And when the kids are going to school here and moving there, they are still very tender.
Yeah.
If the kids are not with their mother, they will have to definitely be with their father. Who is their biological father. So if the law, you understand what I'm saying?
I'm getting you, ma'am.
What is necessary, if they want to transport the corpse, they should take the corpse and talk about the tradition, what is the right.
Yeah.
They should send him the list.
Okay.
Let the family be aware of what it will cost.
Okay.
Let him not come to Cameroon and not having enough to meet up the requirements.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the proper burial will not take place. The children will be seized because of the culture of the tradition.
Yeah.
So before they come in to that place with the kids, let that discussion take place.
Okay.
And let everything be settled. You can carry us along in this office.
Yes.
Then they will know if the family agree and they are ready to pay up such bills.
Yeah.
Then they will set up the date of the burial. Then they will come. Then also, children going to Cameroon by road, one, they are very tender. And if you consider maybe children that have not been in a public vehicle from here to Ibadan, some of them, I remember when I was very small, I threw up once I'm in a vehicle. Once I perceived the odor of petrol, I threw up and they keep it. Some children react like that.
Yes.
So the distance from here to Cameroon that is not Cotonou and all that is too far. And they are your grandchildren.
Yeah.
So if he can look for money to fly them in, then there will be no problem. You give him that because the expenses is already on his shoulder.
Yeah.
The burial, the money, the cost, the penalty. Then talk about the flying of the kids. You don't know if they are going to stay in the hotel or they will provide an apartment where they will put up.
Okay.
So please, if I'm allowed to suggest this, then I think we need to play around this suggestion.
Ma, I don't have any problem. Okay. All what I want is the corpse of my daughter.
Okay.
Then if we can fly we already arranged this thing. We told him that when we take the corpse there, we keep the corpse of 2 weeks in the mortuary. We start arranging for the burial. Okay. Then he can come later. When we have arranged, we will now tell him. We will now tell him to. we will now tell him to come. So we agreed everything. That's okay. If the burial, because burial there takes place on Saturdays. If the burial is taking place on Saturdays, then we leave here on Tuesday or Wednesday to come down there. There's no problem. Me, I don't have problem with this. I came here for peace, and I told him, all my family knows. I did not ask him even how did my daughter die. I just wanted the corpse of my daughter. Let me go and bury her.
It's okay, ma.
My family, I beg. Let him release the corpse to me.
Okay, are you refusing to release?
Yes, he wrote the name. The name is Mrs. I don't have a
small thing. No.
Yes.
That is a small thing.
Yes.
We'll do that.
Yes.
You don't need to cry. Calm down. Okay? Calm down.
Give me.
We'll do that.
I'll be able 2 weeks. Give me man.
Please. Please. You have said she has stayed 2 weeks here in Nigeria. Why is the corpse not released to them? I'm asking you. No, I mean him.
On Saturday, or no, on Sunday, she came to my house where we talk about how the arrangement is going to be. They said they are going to need some document to transfer our corpse to Cameroon, which I said, they mentioned all the document to me. They said we need local government approval that she's staying in that area. We are staying in that area. They need another police report that they were transferring her to Cameroon, all those, and which I accept that no problem. I will get everything ready. So I was at the local government that day. There is where the issue of me coming here started. I was at the local government that day. She said, mommy said she's going to Cameroon embassy. When she get to Cameroon, she now called me that, Yemi, you need to write a backup that you want comfort to be carrying to Cameroon, that you approve that comfort corps to be transferred to Cameroon, which I said, okay, no problem. I'm at the local government now. Let me run and go and do that now. So later she called me back and said, Yemi, and don't forget to include the children. I'm not leaving Nigeria without them. I now say, Mommy, I have agreed, me and my family have agreed everything that you said we should do. You said we should come to Cameroon, but me and
So what are you to do for the corpse to be released to them?
they said I should change the name to their name so that they can transfer the corpse.
Okay, you want to bury the corpse here? Why you did not marry the woman?
No, the issue is this is where we have argument, me and mommy. When she said she wants to go with the children by road, and I'm telling her that, mommy, if
Okay, excuse me, ma. If he paid dowry of the corpse, is he allowed to bury the corpse in Nigeria? Give it.
that is our initial agreement.
Give her my friend. You said shut up. You did not marry the living and dead.
Now that he did not marry my daughter, he doesn't have any access to the body.
Sorry, ma. If he paid the dowry now, even now that she's
No, we can't take that kind of dowry when she's dead. No, we waited for him. He did not come when she was alive.
Okay, if he did not pay the dowry, now if he did not pay the dowry, what will not be the repercussion? Because I thought he has to pay. Somebody said, yes, I'm a Cameroonian. That is a Princess AGAINSTB. He said, yes, I'm a Cameroonian. The woman is right, but here we can marry the dead. Let this man pay her dowry to her to own the corpse and the key.
No.
Though the item must not be the same.
No, I can't. We don't accept that type of dowry in our family. We are a chieftaincy family. Yes, I'm from a chieftaincy. I'm a princess.
Okay.
Yes, we can't accept it.
Okay, what can he do to own the children?
When he comes home with the children, they will just the family with. We can even tell him to take the children away. We don't have a problem. We don't have a problem.
Because that is where, sir, excuse me, ma. That is where the problem lies.
No,
because if it's not spelled out,
yes,
he will not be free to bring the kids.
If he comes,
if it's not spelled out, he will not be free to bring the kids.
Okay.
Except it's spelled out.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
If you said you don't know, even you will not release your grandchildren to somebody. Let's face the fact.
Yes, what I'm saying.
Because if you said everything is okay, let them come. If you ask this man to enter this compound, even if your Cameroon is in this compound, they will not come.
What I know the family we do is that You just at least appease the family, whatever thing they say you should do, just because of the children. Just it's our tradition. Just allow him to take the children away. We don't lack children in our family. I'm from a chief family. I'm a princess in my village. I beg you. Oh, my daughter is
Feeling for you. I just want you to understand me. Please don't be. Please. It's okay, ma. It's okay. Please, ma. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, ma. It's okay. It's okay. Please. Please, ma. Please. 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 It's okay, princess. Please. 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 You wanted to say something again? Okay. Give me this thing, then give me telephone for
I am Elder Mrs. Agnes Ntanyi. I am Princess Caroline is married to my uncle who was working here at with Cameroonian embassy. When this thing happened, I wasn't at home. Luckily, I left my phone at home, and then that Saturday, messages were coming. I was in First Time for a church program, so they sent me Yemi's phone number so that I should go and check that. They saw on WhatsApp that a Comfort died, and the husband snapped her and then posted the picture on WhatsApp. And then,
WhatsApp.
yes, ma'am, this is the picture I took a copy from WhatsApp.
WhatsApp or Facebook?
WhatsApp, that was what got to me. It was posted on WhatsApp the day that she died, 31st. That was on a Saturday. It's from WhatsApp. I printed this. The wife died. He placed the wife on the chair, snapped it, and then posted it on WhatsApp. And then he also attached this medical report. He posted this and Comfort's picture together. And this medical report was signed by 8 a.m. that same morning that Comfort died. And the stamp, if you look at it, it was as if it was, cleansed or something. It could not show well. So that night, when I got to, because of the messages I received that Saturday, I left the conference hall by 7:38 from First Time. I was heading to Ogba, where I live. I got home around past 10 or thereabout, and I called him. Luckily for me, he picked up the call, and I introduced myself, and I told him that this is what and what I have received. I want to meet with you tomorrow. Send me your address, which he did. After Sunday, that 1st of August, I went to his house. I met him, and then we had a conference call. Him, Auntie Bosse was there, the auntie and some other family members, they were there. And then we had to link up Cameroon, America, and Dubai. And we had a conference call. The first thing I asked Yemi was, what happened to Comfort? Yemi said he had plans traveling to Abuja that morning. His flight was for that by 5 o'clock, he had been trying to pack his things. So the children woke up at 6 a.m. Normally, they pray at 6 a.m. So they went to wake up their mother for the morning prayers. There was no life in her. Then the sister daughter then ran to him saying that we woke mommy, mommy could not stand up. So that was when he went to the room and discovered that Comfort was not alive. He told me that his bag is there, which he had packed his things for an 8 o'clock flight. By 6 a.m., he is still in the house. My husband is an airline pilot. I know what I'm talking about. Reporting at the airport, 6 a.m., he discovered that the wife was dead and he was still in the house at Alagbado, while the airport is in Ikeja. And then when I asked that, he said his bag is even there, which he had packed. I said, okay. So what did you do next? He said he picked up the corpse to the first hospital, to the second hospital, to the third hospital, to the fourth hospital, where they confirmed her death. And thereafter, he brought Comfort to the house, laid Comfort on the chair where I was sitting, and then snapped this picture. The mother was there, and I said, then you could snap your wife and then post it on social media. The mother was there and she was sharing tests. Auntie Bosse was there. And they were saying that it is a youthful, exorbitant or whatsoever. A man of this age, youthful, exorbitant. I said, okay, no wahala. I'm a messenger. I'm sent by the family to check what happened. So you can see that Yemi has been saying different versions on what happened that day. But this is what Yemi told me that first day I visited, when I asked what happened to Comfort. On that day, we were talking, all of us. It was a conference call. And then so many suggestions came up. So we were looking at the crisis in Nigeria, a little bit of political disturbances in Cameroon. So we now say that, okay, to make things easy for Yemi and his family, the autopsy can be carried out here so that the family will know at home what led to her death. Yemi said, yes, he accepted. One of the junior brother who is outside there, objected to it, So even when I was going, Auntie Bosse was asking me that carrying out autopsy, does it mean that we don't have trust in them? I said, no, ma. Autopsy does not mean that we don't have trust. But look at where the family is. Look at where Comfort is. They should know what went wrong and what really happened. That is the essence of autopsy. From that meeting that day, we agreed that a list will come from home for them to fulfill the marital rights which were not carried out in the past 15 years when Yemi went to Abuja to introduce himself as somebody who wanted to marry Comfort. And I asked the mother, I asked him, where is the list? He said the list, he gave the list to the mother. I asked the mother, who said she does not know where the list was. So Charles from Camrron said that, okay, that apart, if they don't know where they kept the list, it means that he was just playing pranks with Comfort. But for us to keep on with the peace that we have come to build because of the children, they will prepare another list and then send to us Tuesday, so that before the week runs out, we will know where we are before the next meeting. That same evening, Yemi sent another WhatsApp message, it's in my phone, stating that he is not prepared for any autopsy, that he thought it was X amount, but now it is 450, 500. He has school fees to pay, he has rent, he has mortuary bills, he has clinical, and all those stuff to pay. So the load will be so much on him. It was on that premises, that the family said that we have agreed that same evening that if he does this, then they will now fix a date, that the family will now come in from Cameroon and then join with them and bury their daughter here. But he now brought another sense into it. That was why they now said that, okay, Yemi, if you have changed from what we have agreed, let us have our daughter's corpse home. After that first meeting on the 1st of August, we had another meeting with them again on the 8th of August in his house. So on that day, we're now discussing on all the documentations that will be relevant for the cops to move. If Yemi says that he is just knowing of this now, he's telling us lies, sir. Man. So we told Yemi, police report, somebody died in your house. The police should know. She never died in the hospital, man. She died in the house. She never died in the hospital. And then the local government report, we need it. We need a medical report from the hospital. He said had been consulting her for whatever illness. Then the mortuary, then we even told him that we've already started making arrangements. My husband is from Ikom. So my in-laws
Where are the kids?
they are with him
Where?
in his house.
Eh?
In his house.
Who is this woman?
She's my elder sister.
Your elder sister. Who is staying with the kids?
My senior brother.
Your senior brother one.
Yes.
They are with the kids.
Yes.
Okay, we're having another meeting tomorrow. I want to see those kids. You say the senior one is how many years?
11, going to 11 years.
11 years.
Yes.
I think they made mistake. They would have informed you to come with the kids. It's 11 years time.
Yes.
And with two.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So on that visit, we now agreed on all the documentations. Even when I went home, I typed it and I WhatsApped it to him. The following Thursday, I met, he said he wanted to meet with me. I said, I do a program at once. I'm running a master's program at once. So coming from Ipaja, it's going to be good for me to get home. Let us meet in an eatery. We met in an eatery with him, with Prophet Daniel. He came with him, my daughter, and one of my adopted sons, Udo. So we now met at that eatery. At that eatery, we all agreed, that he should go and tell his family that we have agreed to carry these corpse home. This lady was not legally married to you. You were cohabitating. And even in a quiet bomb, you paid down twice at death before they would even touch the corpse. We agreed, and Udo asked Yebi 3 times to repeat that he has accepted with us that the corpse is going home. Prophet Daniel was there. So we now left. The following Sunday was our 3rd meeting. We met again in his house. It was at this time that his uncle, Mr. Mustafa Thompson, came. He came with a plea that the autopsy be carried out. He even went on his knees. The family, because we were still on conference call, after the meetings, Yemi never calls. After our meetings, Yemi never calls. So this was the 3rd conference call we had. And then the family was saying that we have agreed that the corpse is coming home. Why this going front and back? Mr. Mustafa pleaded that not for any one of us, but for the sake of the kids, so that tomorrow they will want to find out what happens to their mother, so that the autopsy report will show what happened. So he got a date. That day, Friday, I said I will not be in. I will having a church conference in Calabar, but I will get persons to represent me. And then he sent me the address of the hospital, General Hospital here in Ota. Then he was there, and I don't know who was there too. Okay, so 3 persons represented us, and then his own, they got there. Then I had a telephone message again with Prophet Daniel. Prophet Daniel here was telling me that on the day of this incident, that night, Yemi did not sleep in his house. He never slept at home. He's here. He told me. in my phone call I had with him, because he had been pleading right from the word go that this corpse be buried here. And I've always told him that you are married. Did you marry your wife well? Yemi did not marry his wife well. So why should the corpse be buried here? The corpse should go home. Even up to my last telephone call with him, that was what he was saying. So Prophet Daniel was saying that on that night, Yemi did not sleep in his house. He never did. And
Do you have the full conversation?
I did not record the one I had with him, but he's here, man. He's a prophet and he cannot say no.
Is it true or not?
It's not. I didn't say that.
You never said that. Oh my God. Do you have a Bible? Do you have a Bible back? He's a man of God. Let him swear that he never said that. Yemi never stayed in his house that night. I'm an elder in the church. He's a prophet. I'm a Presbyterian elder. He's a prophet. This is what he told me. I can't tell lies on a man of God. I'm a woman of God, man. I can't. And then thereafter, I had to come back the evening flight of the 20th from Calabar Air Peace because of the meeting that was scheduled for the following day. That following day was Sunday. Before then, they had met. Nobody told me that the meeting was holding again, because all the while it is me who initiates the meeting. He never calls. Just for the uncle to call me by 7 a.m. in the morning that the meeting will not hold because he will be at Lekki for some other engagement. Whether Yemi has called me, I said no, Yemi has not called me. So when I finished discussing with him that 7 a.m.,
Summarize.
then Yemi now sent a message. So the following week, when they were now asking whether meeting will hold, I said, me too, my family will not be available, for that last meeting, because then we had been expecting the mother to come. The way they were going about it, going front and back, I saw that they were not prepared for anything.
Okay, but you guys agreed before that there have some modalities which you need to meet for the corpse to be buried here.
Yes.
Initially.
Yes.
The reason being that we were considering the political situation at home,
Yeah.
and then here, trying to give them a soft landing,
Yes.
which they threw away. So that same week, we changed everything. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. What do you want? Give him.
Thank you, ma'am. Mommy, first of all, when the whole incident happened that you came to, this issue supposed not to get to this level, if not for this mommy here.
Go ahead.
Yes. The first meeting, when they bring up the autopsy that she complained now, my brother know how much autopsy costs, and that's why he reacts in the first place. That's why he reacts. But after I make my own inquiry, about the autopsy, man, I sent a message to Mr. Charles, which is the family representative. Mommy, let me read out my message to you, ma'am.
Why did you first post?
I didn't post anything on WhatsApp.
Where did they take it from?
I didn't post. I called his brother, George. He can confirm to you. Said, you are the only one that have his contact. Something like this has happened. He said, how am I going to tell mommy?
Where did she die?
She died in the hospital, a private hospital.
Which hospital?
Glorious.
Why are you contemplating on when she died? This kind of business, is this something that you should be
This thing is making me go crazy, because what this woman is saying is just totally not it. I have everything I sent to the family, everything written.
Okay, when you took her to the hospital, did they register her in the hospital that you brought her sick?
That hospital is our...
No, I want you to answer me yes or no. This question is a straight question. Yes, no. Did you take her there live and they admitted her as a patient you brought to that hospital?
No.
Okay. Then she has never been in the hospital. So she died before you took her there. Yes.
She has not died before you took her there. We are inside Marua. I have the Marua that carry us. Everybody, not only me that carry her, our neighbors support too.
Yeah.
So it's something that you can come to the house and make investigation about it.
She was still alive.
She was alive when we are rushing her. Are we the first hospital accept her? And or maybe they have oxygen or something. They can see her.
Lifeless?
She's not lifeless. She's just breathing.
Did you sleep in that house that day?
I was in the house.
Hold on. You don't shout.
Mommy, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Did you sleep in that house that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she just started breathing?
No. No. This is what happened, ma'am.
Were you talking? Was she in a normal way that you were both of you talking as husband and wife before you not noticed that she was not breathing normal again?
Mommy, yes. This is what happened. Even she watched TV till 2 a.m. in the midnight. That she's going to market, Eco Market in second day to go and buy clothes that our daughter will use on graduation day.
So it was midnight, she started breathing, she's not breathing well.
It's around that early in the morning that thing started. And we rushed her. Even about last week, the same thing that happened to her still happened to my blood brother too. That we have to rush her to another hospital before we are even thanking God that the hospital we rushed her to the last time has oxygen. That's what happened. And this issue never get to this stage.
So the question I asked her, did you take her there? She was still alive?
Yes.
They admitted her.
They did not admit her. It's when I brought her from the Marua and the doctor tells her and said, this person is gone.
Then you not took her back home.
The doctor said, I cannot put her corpse there because they don't have mortuary. That all I need to do now is to carry her to mortuary. And I said, no. I cannot carry her to mortuary without the consent of the family. I now use the Marua to carry her back home.
In the morning?
In the morning, in my house. I now called the brother.
Did you call? Is there no police station around your house?
Mommy, I was confused at that moment.
And no member of your family tell you that you are supposed to report to a nearby police station?
And the second time, when I want to go and report, they tell me that it's too late, that they don't enter such thing.
Which hospital? Which police station?
AIT police station.
AIT police station?
Yes.
You went which day exactly?
I think 3 days after.
3 days after?
Because when the whole thing happened, I just don't get myself. I was the one running here, running here, running here. But what I want to say is this. These issues are not supposed to be like this. But anything I talk to the family, I even have a message from Cameroon, a threatening message from Cameroon on my phone. And I have the message I sent to them well recorded.
Okay, where they gave you a soft landing that you have to pay the daddy and everything, let the cost be buried there.
Yes.
Why did you object?
I never object in any way. Mommy, let me read my message to you where I never reject. Okay, Mommy, this is my message I sent to Mr. Charles. I say, good morning, sir, ma. My name is Adenola Olayemi. Comfort husband. I am sorry for the loss of my wife. This is so painful. I don't think I can ever get over her death. I agreed to fund the autopsy yesterday because I thought it would cost me 50,000 downward. But I find out the cost is 450,000. My monthly income is not more than 200,000. Our first daughter is attending St. Anthony Secondary School, International Secondary School. Our school fees is about 250,000. Our second daughter school fees is about 75,000. I will pay house rent. I have house rent to pay 400,000 per month.
And what kind of stupid excuse is that? That is it. Are you normal?
He objected and he said he never did.
Are you okay, sir?
He objected.
Somebody died and that dog died in your care. And you are talking of house rent and this, even if you are living on the road.
Is that no objection?
Excuse me, please. I don't want anybody to raise hand again. And if you are not responsible for the death, how come that you don't even have fear? You take a dead body to go and lie down and be snapping. Even you that's supposed to be shivering. And people have to hold you down because of the shock of an adult woman. Can you live with a man and your husband or your wife die? You have that. Where did the spirit of boldness come into you that you have to lie a dead body as big as this lady, that you lie her down and you have the infantry taking your picture, snapping her without fear, without even, what gives you that boldness?
I did not snap her. As
Who
brother,
snapped her?
a brother requested it from me. I have the conversation, man.
Her brother requested it.
Yes.
Are you not the one that snapped her?
Our brother said.
Yes, now that is what I'm saying. Where is our brother?
He's in Cameroon.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ogun State.
Oh.
When I called our brother, he said, please, snap her for me. Let me see. I said, snap her for you. He said, yes, I have to show my mommy.
Sure. Is it not, no matter how confused you are, is it not when somebody was sick and you know that she can't even breathe well? You have to call every family. Say, oh, I came, oh, you are with your wife, oh, she was feeling fine, oh, but she's not breathing well. Like, is it not that point? And that is even another reason, no. I am speaking to the whole world. Mothers, please. It no matter the background of your financial status, don't let any of your dear child to go and live with any man free of charge. Oh. No matter the level of that love, you better kill that love that will allow her die just shamelessly like this. Shameful death. That is so bad now. It's okay. Brother, calm down. Please.
Please, I still have something to say. Don't do this. 2 minutes.
It's okay, man.
Don't break me.
What do you want to say again? Because we need to conclude.
Yeah,
Please, I want to see that. I want to see those kids. I want to talk. Ask that the other, the bigger one question. Yes. We say he was sick, went to hospital, this and that, and what and that. Now already the person died already.
Yes, what I want to say is that Yemi and the family should appreciate this other family, because left for me, when a fake medical report was sent 8 o'clock, signed 8 o'clock with that address and sent together with the cops, I knew what to do as a lawyer. I petitioned even the commissioner of police, but the family helped me.
The family is what?
They helped me.
The family, Mama.
Yeah.
The family, your family is one of the best families.
I know what to do, and I have already.
This family is one of the best families in the whole world.
I have been writing patients. A fake medical report by 8 o'clock. No, you can see the medical record, no address, fake release at the same time 8 o'clock. Which hospital will do that? No hospital will do that.
Somebody's daughter died in your care. Then they now come to you and still agree with you. You have to pay the dowry. The child will be buried there. And you will see, because it's proper for children to even know where their mother is buried because of the grave. And they even give you that free offer, that robust offer. You did not embrace it. Nobody get you arrested. By now, you are supposed to be in between prison and you are supposed to be in prison. And because the dead is dead, they will keep her in mortuary until the police is done with the investigation. This rubbish you are talking here, there, he drink alcohol, this and that, they will just go and conduct fresh autopsy.
Thank you.
They are not dragging you. You are not in the cell. A woman died in your house and you have the ghost. be dragging the family here and there. Dowry you did not pay it. The daughter you did not tell them when she was sick. You only tell them she is dead. Oh my goodness.
Think you ask everywhere. No. My said I can't take it. Thank God.
And I'm not saying you are the cause of this drag. This we want to seize the children. They will seize the children that you are hearing now. You are the one that instigated it. Because if you had calmed down and lied on their feet, crying day and night, even when they say come and buy, even if you are to borrow, go borrow to pay the dowry to any family that is here, just for the cause of your wife to be buried and the children will have access to the grave. You are not talking jargon. You are comparing human life to stupid house rent, to nonsense house school fees. Your children better than children that are not going to school or going to public school. If their mother is alive and they are not going to school, it's better. If you are squatting with your family, even living in your father's house, and what they ask you to do, you do it. And for peace to reign, it's far better. There is no sense in you, and I don't owe you apology to that. Because a normal person cannot talk that way. And the family come as educated as they are. Nobody have wounded you to say, what killed this innocent woman? And that your word shows that. Did you use her for ritual?
No.
That you are comparing her autopsy to house rent. And you don't have fear and feeling you are snapping her, sending to her family. Not that fear cannot let you snap. Oh, please, somebody has to come and witness this. You now look at a dead body, you snap. A living person become a dead, and you now snap and send. You are so lucky, so lucky with this kind of family you are associated with. If it's other family, you are half dead. Because either they deal with it in their own way, and which no law can even stop them from asking the source of the death of their sister or their daughter. What kind of thing is that? And if they want to carry the children, if they want to carry the children, and you know that you did not pay this woman dowry, they want to carry the children, you know the mother. Even if they say we are taking the children, Mama, take the children. I can't drag your grandchildren with you, but please remember I'm the father of the children. I cannot kill my wife. There is a way you will present issue. There is a way you present issue. They will still feel, even when we say give us the children, he did not argue, say take the children. For that reason, you are the father of the children, be with them. But make sure these children come to visit me every year or every 6 months as their grandmother, because I've lost my daughter and I cannot lose the daughter without seeing the children that represent her. You can't behave as if you are not from planets. What they are doing is applicable almost to every African culture. So what are you talking about? Can you take it? If you are the mother, that lady that died, you are her elder brother, and someone man come to you, your sister died in his house, with this kind of story you are talking, and you think you fold your hands? That is too wrong. And you know, they don't manipulate children to talk. So you don't even have any reason to go and tell this child, say this or say that. You just leave that girl, bring them for me. I will know what to ask the girl. And if they say they don't want to buy to your whatever again in burying her here, then you wait for the list. First of all, you go and change the name from Mrs. to Miss, because you never married her. And if your family, because this family issue, if your family can persuade further for any cause or anything to present before you to make up whatever they want to enable the girl be buried there for her children, then let your family do that. And if they insist, then if they bring the list, but first go and remove whether she's to be buried here or buried there. Go and remove this your missus. You don't claim what does not belong to you, even at death. Before spirit and before man, is you are not justified. So don't claim her to yourself, even if you have been doing that when she was alive. So please, ma, is it possible? Yeah, is it possible? Can you people have a meeting? Is it possible to have her buried here?
Ma,
I think the mic is off now.
okay, it's off. Initially, my first visit with them, that was my stand because I know what is happening between here, the bandits, and all those stuff. My husband is from Mikom. That's my brother-in-law. He's a lawyer. And then I'm from Cameroon, but I'm married to a Nigerian, and I've been married since '83. I schooled
Is
at.
a late girl from Calabar or from Cameroon?
She's from Cameroon,
Okay.
not from Calabar. And Ebonyi State is not part of Calabar. So we have initially, before I even met them, that was our discussion because I pursued them that let us have it done here. Then they can come when the date is fixed for the burial.
Yeah.
They can arrange and then come over for the burial. So that was agreed, my first meeting. And then we even agreed that they will send a list of
Yeah,
what
you
he is
said all
supposed
that.
to.
What I'm
You know,
saying-
so for now,
Yeah.
there is no going back, man. There's no going back. The corpse has to go to Cameroon. That is the stand of the family now. And that is why I told them that if they don't come, then I'm wasting my time here. So that is why she came. Sorry.
Okay. What to do? If the court is going home mandatory, then in our next meeting we'll talk about the children. Because one, their mother have to be laid to rest first. Then secondly, we have to talk because the children are very tender. And certainly, if this family did not agree to the family the woman to be buried there, there is nothing any of you will tell me that is sitting here that whoever agreed that there will be no issue there. There must be issue. If this guy come there must be issue. Even if she say there is no issue, she's not a tree, as in she's not a stone that have no branches. She can't have a say when she get home. The family of the girl have say, that is for the paternal side. Her own family have a say. I can say no, my brother will say yes. I may say yes, my siblings will say no. You don't have one voice, one mind, one thinking, one opinion, which we would not like to expose the children to. One, Cameroon also is not settled. So if you are talking about the burial of the woman, we will also talk about the safety of the children, that we will not allow the children to go to Cameroon now that Cameroon is not settled. Even if we don't want to give the children to the father. Do you understand me?
Yes.
But we want to protect the interests of the kids, the innocent ones now that are not, is not part of this scene, their welfare is our concern here. We will not allow them to travel to Cameroon in the heat of this Cameroon situation now. That is, if you people don't have any rethink of she being buried here, and let it pay all the costs, whatever they have, however they want to conclude it. If you stand on her going to Cameroon, no problem. You let the family know the bill. And since they are not objecting, footing the bills, they can foot the bill, let her be buried. But for now, the kids cannot go to Cameroon because of the situation. One, they can't go by road. Secondly, we will not even let him travel and each with those children to Cameroon. Now, he can go. Is his baby mama, because you are not married, you cannot call him your wife. You can go for the burial, but the kids cannot give the kids to you to take for the burial for the safety of their life. So if everything is settled, thank God she's used to Nigeria. She's more or less like Nigeria. Even by these children now, she's also even in Nigeria, for her to have grandchildren in Nigeria. So the kids can go visiting. And if she come, or other family members that are here, the kids can also acquaint with them, let them know their auntie, their uncle, their grandma. But however you people argue, we will not give you the children to travel to Cotonou, Abi Cameroon. Mr. What is that your name again?
Adenola.
Adenola. So you will be the one to go and attend the burial, but the kids cannot go with you. Do you understand me?
Yes.
So you will bring the kids tomorrow. We're going to meet with those kids, the senior one and whatever. Then among the family or whoever, we'll know who will say, okay, whenever we need the kids, provide them for us. Even the kids, however, we'll know who will hand over the kids. So burial. If you people decide to bury it here, let the office know. If you are still going to Cameroon, no problem. Let us know. You will not come and sign that you will never deprive them, the family of the late mother, having access to them. Both courts, if the auntie feel you want to come and take the kid for holiday with other children, you will not deprive them. And they will also write, at any time they take the children, they will bring them back. I believe I made myself clear.
Yes.
So please bring the kids for us tomorrow. Yes. Bring the kids for us tomorrow. Tomorrow is already Saturday, and the change of the name cannot be done tomorrow again, except Monday. Am I right?
Yes.
So you can go to Ikeja. I think they are still there. They do have the habit on Saturday at this weekday. Monday to Friday. So go do that on Friday. I mean on Monday. Let the name be changed. But we are not disputing if there is other alternative resolution that may come after this. If the family decides, they persuade, your family persuade, and they have a change of mind, no problem. This office stands for both parties. But they are most concerned are the kids. So if they did not question you further, just like the lawyer said, this office cannot press further. We can only be engineered. If the family don't want, then we'll swing into action more. But if they don't want stress, all they need is the cost of their daughter, then go and lift your ban. Leave the ban you place on it by that handwriting and the instruction or whatever. You write there that you allow, if you are not changing the name, then you write there that you allow them to take the cost of the woman to their home. Because if they are passing Cotonou, passing Togo, is that not the road you are passing? Okay. Imagine. Okay, they are going to Calabar.
Yes.
Okay.
Information.
Yeah.
The reason of the sorry.
The reason of the authority, which was said at the embassy, was because he said he was not going to come with the cops, that he was going to come by air with the kids. But on further investigation, we were told that the customs, even with the letter of authority or immigration, they will still give wahala, they will still trouble, they will detain that corpse, except the name is changed to Miss. That is why it should be changed. And one other thing, other information, he himself told me, he has a male child with another woman. So that is the bottom line of the wahala, that this girl went into drinking. He kept that woman in Dubai. So the day I spoke with him, he confessed that. So it is not just, whatever, but he is, because he had another lady who is his hatron, that, and they have been abandoning this one for that one.
Give him right. I'm still expecting no from you. On that mic. Your answer now is not true. Answer. Is it true or not?
No.
Everything they say is no. You are trying to change my mind now.
No.
That comes is in the mortuary. You are trying to change my mind. I will change this mind now, and you'll be surprised that this case will go to zone 2 on Monday, and they'll start their investigation. Tell us exactly what happened. Since everything is no, tell me what is yes.
I have a child with another woman in
When?
2019.
2019.
Yes.
While you have been with this one since 20 years, since 80 years.
When the whole incident happened, she's not in my house.
How?
That is
Use
when
that mic properly.
she's not in my house. She leave my house and stay with her family for like 1 year. That's when the whole thing happened.
And what led that moving out of the house? She
That's
just
when-
stay as a mad woman. She packed her things and
No,
leave the
that
house
is when I
without-
said her sister came to pick her for deliverance.
Why can't these people investigate?
Well,
Why can't it be investigated?
thank you. Yeah.
You need to be investigated, Mr. Man. Yes. Your story is not genuine. You say the sister come and took her for deliverance. Is she mad? Tell us now that this woman was mad. Was she a mad woman? What did they take her for deliverance? For drinking, what is it called? Gin and paracetamol. Have you been in contact with the person that has a baby for you? Have you been communicating with this person to this moment? Yes or no?
Yes.
Use your mind.
Yes.
Till what point? When was your last discussion with this person that have baby for you?
We do talk all the time.
Till when now?
Last week we still talk.
Last week.
Yes.
When last did you see her?
I see her all the time whenever I want to see her. Whenever she came to Nigeria for holidays.
Even while you are still in this relationship. Where is the child?
The child is in Nigeria. Yeah.
The child is in Nigeria with who?
With her.
How? Is the person staying in Nigeria or staying in Dubai?
She's staying in Nigeria.
She's staying in Nigeria.
She's working in Dubai before, but now she's back in Nigeria.
So you people have been seeing till this moment.
I used to see her.
Where?
I used to see her anytime I want to see her.
You used to see her anytime you need to see her.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Let's see the children tomorrow first. You say what again, please? What do you want to say? I need to close this case tomorrow. Give her the money. You say what?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Sit down,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you very much, and I really want to appreciate the family, because even from onset, the sister can bear me witness. I've been pleading with them that they should just please let's settle all these things in peace.
he has made the mistake and is just a lot of mistake. So, ma, please, I'm just begging, pleading that we should just, because of the children, allow all these things to place.
You know what? Let's see tomorrow first. Let's see tomorrow first. The person you are dating that have baby for you is from where?
From Abeokuta.
Please give him phone.
It's from Abeokuta.
From Abeokuta.
Yeah.
I'm meeting here tomorrow by 12.
Okay.
And thank you, viewers, for being with us. This case will be meeting tomorrow by 12 noon Saturday, where we'll be having a brief discussion with the kids. Please join us exactly 12 noon tomorrow. And subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page on Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center. For more useful information, visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ng. Tomorrow we'll be connecting this case back to Poland, where the chairman is for final decision.